Do you have any questions?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's so many lawnmowers. How do you know which is the best one?
Well, you got to find the one that's right for you, for one. I've always thought it best to start with the engine. You know, I see a lot of them every day here, but there is one brand I don't get to work on as often.
Well, which one?
Tecumseh.
Tecumseh? I thought they only made snow thrower engines.
Well, actually, they power a lot more equipment than you'd think. Step over here. Let me tell you a couple of things about Tecumseh. You see, for one thing, they're the only one with a Pro-Tec oil system in every engine.
What's so special about that?
Nobody else has anything like it. It's a pressurized oil distribution system that pumps oil directly to all your critical engine parts.
Well, there's oil in my engine. That's good enough, right?
Well, you can't be sure that all your parts are getting a constant supply of oil. You see, other engines just kind of splash the oil around down here. But this system is pressurized, so you can be sure the oil is getting up where it's needed. So there's less friction, less wear, which means your engine lasts longer.
Well, that makes sense.
And here's something else. If you were to look into that gas tank, you'd see a gray mesh screen like this. Now, this is a material that's woven in a way that only allows gasoline to pass through. It's called the clean fuel filter system. It keeps water and debris that can get in your gas tank out of your engine.
Well, I don't need to worry about water in my engine. I don't leave my mower out in the rain.
I'm sure that you don't. But even if you keep your mower in the garage, as the air heats up and cools down, moisture is going to condense and get inside your gas tank. Now, you can't prevent that, but you don't need to let it give you a hard time either.
Well, that's something I've never thought about. And maybe that's why my mower doesn't start very easily sometimes.
That could be. But you know, clean fuel is just part of the story. You also have to get enough fuel in the engine for it to start.
Well, don't all engines work the same? You just prime them and they're ready to go?
Well, usually, but Tecumseh engines come with an AccuPrime carburetor. It delivers a consistent prime every time. And it even fills a reservoir to make sure there's enough fuel available to make the engine start.
Okay, now we're all primed and ready to go. Don't you just pull the starter cord and start pulling like crazy?
Well, a lot of people think that's never going to change, but I've got to show you something. The starter pulley that you see in here is a lot larger than the one you're used to, so it takes a lot less effort. Plus, the compression in the engine is automatically reduced when you pull. It takes so little effort, Tecumseh calls it soft pull.
Oh, maybe I can even get my son to mow the lawn now.
Here's hoping anyway. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about is the hot spark electronic ignition. This produces a hotter spark to fire the engine, but it doesn't have to wait for the engine to reach a high speed before it can fire. It's a lot easier, it's a lot more efficient, and you're up and running a whole lot faster.
Well, that settles it for the engine. Now, which mower is best for me?
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit more about your lawn, and I can get a better idea what your needs are. Let's start back here.